Hi, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to watch and your interest in submitting an application for the 2026 SWAG Award Scholarship. My name is Tanisha Leonard. I am here representing the Michigan Chronicle and I serve on the SWAG Scholarship Committee, which means I'll be one of the people reviewing applications once the deadline passes. For the past 10 years, the SWAG Scholarship has invested in Detroit students who demonstrate leadership, resilience, and growth, often in ways that don't show up on a transcript and aren't reflected in grades. This video is about clarity around the application process. If questions come up while you're watching, you can drop them in the comments and someone from our team will respond.
Thanks, Tanisha. Hi, I'm Angela Spencer Ford, and I've served on the SWAG selection committee for the past 10 years. So I want to be able to give you some insights into, as we're reviewing the applications, things that we look for, and just general information you should know. First and foremost, you must live in Detroit and you must attend a school in Detroit. So both of those things have to happen in order for you to apply for the application. You need to attend a college or plan to be attending a college or a trade school in the upcoming fall. And GPA is a minimum of 2.25. Let's talk a little bit more about the grade point average, because when Gary Torgo, chairman of Huntington Bank, and Hiram Jackson, president of Real Times Media and publisher of the Michigan Chronicle, started this 10 years ago, it really was because they understood that the grade point average didn't always tell the full story, because it didn't tell the full story with them. So they wanted to take the opportunity to let students who may not be able to get as many scholarships as those with 3.8 and 4.0 to have a chance to win a scholarship and to be able to look at them holistically in terms of what they're doing, how they have impacted people, things that they've done that are significant that others might not be aware of, or it may not be a part of their grade point average story right now. So when we review your application, we're trying to see who is the person that you're becoming. Who have you stepped up to be as a young person? What responsibilities and things have you done to show over the course of your time? And what growth and visibility can we see about you? So don't think of it in terms of perfection. Think of it in terms of your story. That's what we want to hear, is your compelling story. And we're looking forward to reading it. So now I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Opal.
Hello, my name is Opal May, and I'm part of the SWAG team committee. I'm going to show you how to actually apply for the SWAG scholarship. First, head over to the Michigan Chronicle website, so michiganchronicle.com, and click on SWAG. There you'll find the information about the scholarship, and if you scroll down to the bottom of the screen, you'll click on the SWAG application link. Once you do that, there'll be an introduction and a further description of the actual SWAG Awards. The box on your site here will have the actual link to apply. So when you're ready, click on that link and it will take you to the prompt to put in your email address. Click next, and then put in your password or create a password. Once you're in, you will select applicant. This will take you to the first page of the application. You'll need to actually start with reviewing the rules of the actual contest. Once you scroll through and read the entire rules for the contest, you will click the agree button at the bottom. Then proceed by clicking this field that says you have reviewed the rules for the SWAG application. After which you will fill in your name, your middle initial, last name, email address, cell phone number, your street address, city, state, zip, gender, and also please put in your sweatshirt size. These are actual mandatory fields, and it will not allow you to progress to the next stage until you complete them. Once you complete that, you insert your birth date and advance to the next page. Here you'll insert your information on your education and extracurricular activities. The application is very easy to fill out. You will have to have all of this information prior, so it will be important for you to have your school phone number, address, and all the other pertinent information as you move through the process, along with the name of your guidance counselor, first name and last name, and along with your current GPA. The date of your graduation, under awards, community, and service activity, you'll want to list all of the different things that you've been a part of or that you have definitely participated in, from work activities to anything at school, along with any extracurricular activities. The more activities you have, please include all of them. Additionally, you'll want to also actually provide us with any information that you have on scholarships or any other financial aid that you have applied for and have received. And once you complete that, you'll move on to the next page. So when you get to the screen for the letter of recommendation, you have two options. You can either upload a letter or you can add a contributor by this button at the bottom. Now, your recommendation letters can come from a teacher, a school administrator, a coach, your employer, your supervisor, a mentor, an advisor, or someone in your faith community, the pastor, or anyone else in your church that serves as a community leader. And again, you can upload this two ways. They can provide you with the letter and you click upload my letter, and then you upload the file. If you do not choose to do it in that format, you can go back to letter of recommendation, scroll down to the bottom, and it says add contributor. You can click that button there and put all the information in for the person that you would like to submit the recommendation letter on your behalf. They will then in turn receive an email with the instructions on how to upload it and add it to your application. Following this, once you have that done, you click the next and you go into adding your transcript. And so this page right here, you will either upload or you choose an existing file. And so you want to definitely upload your transcript, and those are due by April 17th, 2026. Once you do that, you move on to the next page, and we would like for you to actually list any of the colleges and or trade schools that you have applied for or you're looking to apply for to attend. And then moving forward, you will need to go and actually provide your written essay. The written essay is 350 words. You don't have to complete it all at one time, but this is a very, very important part of the actual application. So please make sure that you fill out and do your written essay. You could actually also write that in Word and cut and paste it in so that it may be an easier platform for you to actually construct your essay with. After that, you fill in your information on your parent, guardian, and their relationship to you, along with their address and email information. This information, because it has a red dot, is also mandatory. Mandatory, so you do have to fill this information in. You'll need their cell phone number, email address, address. You go to the next page. And once you're completed with all this, you can submit the application. Please know that you can start your application, save it, come back, and finish it later. Thank you again, and we look forward to having you apply. Please reach out with any questions that you may have. You can reach out to OMAYE at realtimesmedia.com. Also, once you submit your application, you should receive an email that your application has been submitted. And so if you do not receive that email, please also reach out to OMAYE at realtimesmedia.com. Thank you again and good luck.
Hi everyone, I'm Katerina Flato and I serve on the SWAG Selection Committee representing Huntington Bank. I want to spend a few minutes on the essay portion because this is where your application becomes personal. It's a time for the committee to really get to know you and your story. It's a time for us to understand the version of you that your grades don't reflect because we know that your grades don't make up your entire self. So when you get to the part that asks you to share a version of yourself that your grades don't reflect, what we mean by that is it's not a resume, it's not a list of accomplishments, and it's not something that needs to sound impressive. It's a reflection. It's a time for you to think about a time that you've carried a responsibility or a challenge that shaped you, a leadership moment, or a situation that required growth. Instead of telling us, I'm a leader, show us an example. Instead of saying, I care about my community, tell us what you actually did and what it meant to you. And finally, let's address AI. It's okay to use AI tools to edit for grammar or clarity, but it's not okay to use AI to generate your story. When you're telling us in your own words your story and not through the lens of AI, we can tell. I hope this helped, and we look forward to hearing your stories.
Okay, now let's talk about what's next. After the March 27th deadline, our selection committee immediately begins reviewing applications. Every application is read carefully. After that review period, selected finalists will be invited to interview on April 19th. If you are selected as a finalist, you'll be contacted directly before the April 19th date with next steps. Final recipients will be announced and celebrated at our award ceremony on June 11th. So again, your timeline looks like this. We'll notify finalists and conduct interviews on April 19th. And on June 11th, we will celebrate our latest S.W.A.G Award scholars at a ceremony dedicated just for them. Between submission and review, you don't need to follow up unless you do not receive confirmation. Okay, start now, be honest, be yourself, and we look forward to reviewing your application.